Okay, Angela, so I'll walk you through this one. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to solve for y. I'm going to move y to the other side because I like to have it on the right side, or I'm sorry, the left side. So if y plus 3x is greater than or equal to 3, okay, then we're going to subtract 3x. Okay, so we get this far. This is where we want to be. With y on the left, we can do this. So what we're going to do, we're going to graph this. To graph this, what you're going to do, this is b, this is m, and m is equal to negative 3 over 1, and b is equal to 3. So since this is technically a line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 3. I'm going to go up to 3. That's the y-intercept. This is slope-intercept form. Okay, this is the point 0, 3. That comes from the fact that if I plug 0 into that equation, 3 times 0 plus 3, then I get y is equal to 3. And so if I was doing a t-chart, we have 0, 3 as a point. And then the next thing I'm going to do is my slope here is negative 3, 1. So that means I'm going to go down 3. Let me write this in red. Down 3 to the right 1. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go right 1, put a point. And now from here, what I'm going to do is I am going to draw the line. This is a solid line because I have greater than or equal to. Okay, so now that that's done, what I can do is figure out the shading. Now, you don't want to choose a point on the line because that will work every time. But what you want to do is take a test point that is something that is not on the line. So I'm going to choose 0, 0. And we're going to plug that into the equation. So now, if y is 0 and x is 0, I have 0 is greater than or equal to negative 3 times 0 plus 3, which means 0 is greater than or equal to 0 plus 3, which means 0 is greater than or equal to 3, which is untrue. This is false. So this is not a point that should be shaded. So what that means is that side of the line should not be shaded, so I must shade the other side. Okay, so that would be your graph for this one. Okay, now let's do one more example. Let's look at, it doesn't really matter. Let's look at 31 because that one might be tricky to you. Y is greater than or equal to 8/3. Well, pretend that it's y is equal to 8/3. How would you graph that? Well, if you have your graph, remember this is 2 and 1/3, 2 and 2/3. So this is going to be 0, 2 and 2/3. There's a point. Why? Because if I put 8/3 here, which is 2 and 2/3, then as long as y is 8/3, I'm good. X doesn't matter. It can be 0, it can be 1. As long as it's 8/3, we're good. So that would be a point like right here. Now, is this a vertical or horizontal line? Well, this is a horizontal line. You can see it right now through the fact that these points are next to each other. Okay, now we want y to be greater than that. So where are the values for y greater? If I try 0, 0, that's our test point. Test, and this is 0, 0. X is 0 and y is 0. So in that equation, I only have a y. So I put y is 0, 0 is greater than 8/3. Which we know is false because that's less than 8/3. So we're going to shade on the other side of the line. So that would be up on top, and it will go like this. I hope this helps you. Just keep doing your best. Always solve for y and then treat it like it's a graph of y is equal to something. And then hopefully from that you'll be able to at least get the line, determine if it's solid or dotted. That's the second step. And then do the shading. That's the third step. Thanks.